Every morning, before the sun fully rose, Noah's mother carefully packed his small lunchbox. Inside, there was only one simple peanut butter sandwich, and beside it, a tiny handwritten message. Kindness is free. Never stop sharing it. Neither of them could ever imagine that this little note would one day change their lives forever.
Just before reaching the school gate, Noah noticed an elderly man sitting quietly on a cold wooden bench. He wasn't begging. He wasn't calling for help. His eyes looked tired. His hands were shaking from the cold. Noah looked at the stranger, then at his lunchbox. It was the only food he had. And in that moment, one small decision was about to change two lives forever.
Noah looked down at his lunchbox. It was the only meal his mother had packed for him today. Without saying a single word, he opened the lunchbox, gently placed the sandwich into the old man's trembling hands. Noah didn't see a stranger. He simply saw someone who was hungry. And sometimes, the smallest meal can become the greatest gift. The old man carefully unfolded the tiny note. Kindness is free. Never stop sharing it. Tears slowly filled his eyes. He looked at Noah and quietly whispered, "I may never be able to repay you today, but I promise I will never forget you." Noah smiled, picked up his empty lunchbox, and walked toward school. He believed it was only a simple act of kindness. But destiny had already begun writing the next chapter of his life. 20 years passed like the turning of a single page. Noah was no longer a little boy. He had become a teacher, working hard to save his mother's life. Then, without warning, a long black luxury car stopped outside his house. A distinguished man stepped out. He wasn't carrying flowers. He wasn't carrying money. He was carrying Noah's old school lunch note. The billionaire carefully unfolded the old lunch note. "I've carried this note for 20 years. The day you shared your only sandwich, you gave me more than food. You gave me a reason to live again." The next morning, Noah arrived at the hospital. The receptionist handed him the final bill. He looked down, expecting the impossible amount. Instead, only 4 words were printed across the page. Paid in full. Because kindness is never truly forgotten. It travels from one heart to another. One small sandwich fed one man for a day, but one act of kindness changed 2 lives forever.